Good morning, my 101 ears. Coming to you live from Sunday morning. Welcome to Module 3. This week's module is brought to you by our Random Fact of the Week. Check it out. This is our Random Fact of the Week. It's about polar bears. A polar bear's fur isn't white. It's actually clear. Each hair is a transparent, hollow tube that appears white when light reflects off of it. The polar bear's fur is clear. Each hair is transparent and not white. Isn't that wild? Isn't that cool? Since they live with glaciers and snow, that's all that's around them, right? Just the color white. So then light reflects off of it, and it's a white environment. My mind is blown. I always thought their fur was white. That's wild, huh? Okay, check out. Oh, so sorry. That is for my 101E. Let me actually. Let's take a look here at the syllabus, since that is our signpost. And here we have it. So, as you can see here in Module 3, is where we are. Here are our signposts. As you can see, the MLA practice worksheet that we started last week, that one is due Tuesday. So the link is up there for that. And we are looking at our next paper, right? Entertainment as Political. Very cool. We'll be assigning that. And we have our peer review workshop for our Tech and Us, our first peer review workshop. For each of our essays, we're going to have a peer review workshop. We're going to follow the process of, brainstorm and outline, and then, the rough draft and the peer review workshop and the final draft. Writing is a process. And that is that. So as you can see, the rough draft, you're going to post it by Wednesday and offer feedback for your classmates by Friday. So that is what we have for the signposts up ahead for this week. Let's take a look at our module here. Let me move this. There we go. You're watching this video. First good thing you had to do. You got it. So our first lesson is on textual analysis. I have included in here all of the documents and the video for that lesson, so please check it out. Here is the link for the handout, and there is that. So please watch the video. And okay, so as you will see from the lesson, you're going to learn how to move from denotation to connotation. And with that in mind, this actually pairs very nicely because, surprise, surprise, that's actually what your paper is on, is offering a textual analysis. And in order to do so, you move from denotation to connotation. So what you're going to do with this video, with this cartoon, will be super helpful for what you're doing with your paper because the task is the same. So in the same way, like you'll see from the lesson, you're going to write notes. You're going to watch the video of, things that you notice, whether a golden quote. Remember, a golden quote, something that is like, aha type of thing. It's golden, it's like, ah type thing, something that stands out. Or, something you see in the visuals, or maybe you're reminded of something in real life. And this is the model for things to remember as you're watching this. So in this discussion board, you're going to create your own thesis as though you were writing your textual analysis on this story, The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. And what I want you to address are these things. What's the larger takeaway or theme of the story? How does the story reflect that? What are the connections to real life of that takeaway/theme? And why does that message matter? I want you to look at my sample here. If I was writing it for Dr. Seuss the Lorax, yes, here it is. Okay, check this out. And pay attention, as I read this, like, oh, okay, I'm saying what the larger takeaway is, how the story reflects it, how it connects to real life, and why it matters. So check this out. In this story entitled The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, the writer forwards a perspective of eco-criticism. The story's larger message is that we should protect and conserve our environment. The story vilifies the idea of industry by way of the antagonist who is known as the Onceler. Conversely, the ideal of nature conservation is celebrated as embodied by the story's protagonist known as the Lorax. So notice how I say what the message is, and then I say how it reflects it, right here. And now, connections to real life, right here. The story's message of the importance of protecting the environment connects to real life because there are a lot of industrial practices that harm our planet, such as burning fossil fuels and carrying out deforestation in the name of progress. I put that in like a quotation mark because that's an important part of the Lorax. We need to push against these practices and instead demand that our planet's well-being be prioritized. This argument for protecting and conserving our environment is important because it ensures that we have an attitude of doing our best to preserve and take care of our planet's resources. So similarly, you will create a thesis for the Sneetches following this model. What's the takeaway message? How does the story, the Sneetches, reflect it? How does it connect to real life and why it matters? Ultimately, as you'll see, that's what you'll do on the paper. So that's cool. It's helpful we're doing this. And actually, my dear 101ers, if you want to actually write using this cartoon, absolutely do so. Maybe you like the thesis that you wrote for this discussion board so much that you want to carry it forward and write your paper on this. Please go ahead and do it. Okay, so I actually have the video already up for the essay particularity, so do check that out. And here's the brainstorm for that. So it's all in the video. I explained that. As you can see too, we do have our first peer review workshop. I will create another video to explain how we will be doing our peer review workshops. Since this is our first one, it's very important. Here's the link for the homework, the MLA practice worksheet from the intertextuality lesson from last week. So as you can see, this one's due Tuesday, so mark your calendars. So yes, please watch this video and the textual analysis one, the textual analysis lesson, and the video for the paper, the new paper. And that is what we have for this week, my dear 101ers. Have a lovely week. Keep working hard, keep pushing, and I'm proud of you. And stay in the race. Let me know if you have any questions.